Why I gotta stay quiet? But it ain't like the last time. You will roll by, got it memorized, probably. Let's turn. I ain't bathing apes, but I ain't seeing rape. What's a rape? Take a nana, meaning take a banana. Peel it off the tree seems simple. What the hell you talking about? Man, let me dimple. If that shit ain't got a waste, why'd you pick it? Just a waste. I ain't talking you a kid, though. I'm talking you an adult, and you're starving, bro. Your whole village, and the shit. And there's plenty of room on the earth to get. So why would you do something like? Nah, you wouldn't. You'd want to like. Because there wasn't that many people. I don't know. From the beginning to wherever it is, I see people that, or that were told, is like that. So I don't really get, and then later I'm usually showed that somebody really is better than they really seem. So why somebody on someone else's genius? I mean, I like cable, TV, and even Hollywood stable. I mean, more stable than. You go into a movie, you get smacked, man. Just sit there, keep talking. So why the hell we be balking? I mean, who trying to stop? If Russia ain't, and neither's Pac, neither's Pac, and neither's Pa, thinking that the Regal got. I mean, how long, silly? I mean, really? Well, Russia was just pointing. Okay, well that couldn't have been good, but that was back when Trump. But before that was the Cold War, and then. And we want this is Rocky, right? Oh, cool. So what happened in this? Oh, it's just a movie. Okay, no biggie. No, it's not just a movie. And if it's on our main news, then maybe they really rushed in and just took us all over. Or maybe somebody ain't thinking real sober. We got Russians and Jews, Christians and Muslims. Peak, hey, I mean seriously, even peaky fucking Jews. People going around catching these on it. Man, you think I care? You think that bothers me? It's a Pikachu. That's probably a clone to see. I mean, it could be invisible, even smaller than an insect, and still be recording. Oh, my van we're at. So I got people spying on me? No. I think I got a. Because you're thinking that a trap? 3 years ago, I gave the strap. I mean, the strap to a camcorder while your eyes in my bathroom while I'm taking what a quarter. Quarter of respect? Could I get 10%? Bet. Man, is that even. Man, don't question me on quizzing. Why you couldn't test what your EST a prism? Question if I'm in a prism, you still contemplate what you isn't. I ain't say I don't, but damn, I know I'm an alien, bro. Till God tells me every single thing that there ever is to be, see, and is, and ever will or was, and everything that ever will be, cuz, him brother and father and son. I mean, everybody on this one, because there could be a trillion more planets like this, and a trillion more galaxies, or there might just be this. But either way, I know somebody knows just about everything. Couldn't be me. And if the robots took over, they done did that, G. So why you controlled force? And you get to control your own voice? I wouldn't think talking to your voice. Up into the air by a moy. A moy? I mean a moy. And I ain't got a threat, see? I ain't got a pore. I don't even know if a pot to the piston. But I know what a piston to an engine. So I know I can count to 16. 12 volt, what you think I meant about seeing? Yeah, I know a front and a back. Know what I climb through, know what I tax. Can you build electrifying facts? Can you ride the lightning? Can you taps? Can you dance on your heel toe blue when you get with your green, when you're white, when you're blue? Worry about a motherfucking rainbow. That don't mean gay, that means God would be. How you gonna speak on that like that? I mean, there is it now. So I ain't even got a question. Without a question, Eston. You know, like the EST and stable, table, steed, stud, beetle. You know, like the bait that you rip. Like to get equipped? Or equipped to equip with intellectual, perspectives that could be of a prospectus for a purpose. And it's not because I'm some super, man, it's because there is intervention at times. And when you look around and you go, oh man, this pretty much might maybe, of all predictions of hell up till now, be hell, according to some people. And yeah, in certain situations, I can completely see that. So Man, look at Johnny over there. He sure looks like he's got himself in some hell. What do you think, Bob? I don't know. It's the 6 o'clock news. Well, how would you rate this? Well, I don't know. He's really getting messed up here. Looks like he's getting shot. One of those black folk again. They think it's a race war. What do you think? I think rating somebody on some scale of 1 to 10, why you give 10% of what you don't give when you're supposed to be dealing with the worst before you deal with the curse, before you deal with your... Hold on a second. How about we get past the babies being cursed or admitting that they're cursed in the same book? Or saying, hey, man, that is... I think, rather than these different religions, and then say, oh, well, God's this magical force that just left. Bye, God. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm saying, obviously, when brought to fruition and it's not able to be, well, you see here, son, we don't spread that. We are a part of the rocket. And obviously there's been different groups all the way out through the ages, many of which I was told about in an off sort way. It really isn't. Why would that be somebody else's information if it was just given? And I was never sworn in or signed to any of them. But sign every day when I contemplate what a piece of sand is again, because I go back to that little weird place that's weird to other people. Sorry, I haven't been around, nuclear physics or propulsion, all these different things that aren't perplexing to me, but are quite fascinating. Like, wow, why does people say, and yeah, do, like the ES and the T? If I don't speak right, correct me. I've tried to do that my whole life and not even quandered the quandary of it not being a theory that when you say tika or something happens right after that, there will be a court manuscript if somebody was there to hear it. And they would try to type the lettering. So that's a word. Even if it's a word that represents a word that wasn't a word. Just to represent that it was a new word. And apologies, maybe we should get a Jade. It could be the Emperor's Dictionary, not an emperor that made a dictionary. It'd be like the word Oxford, or except replace the ox with a stone, etch in stone, almost like a commandment. Hey, this word can mean 38 different things. First time recorded said by, I guess you could have the whole entire list if you needed it. 48 million people have said a word, or billions over the years, or you could just say, hey, that makes sense. Full. Beautiful. Not quite full with one L. Why? Because when you have the word full by itself, full. Huh. That doesn't make any sense, Jade. Makes complete sense. Quit saying it don't make sense. The shit that I say like that, there's no fucking way it don't make sense. Saying fuckings and then saying father, you see kings. Or you at least see the 8th king, which would be the infinite king on the, King Henry VIII, but that horrible guy, was he taking all the beautiful girls? Did he have daughters? Do we have a manuscript? A text? Do we have a complete, or does it suffice it to say that we use the word fuck in about 400 different ways in this language? Do we need to donate that to a tray? Maybe to get over psychological illnesses and different alcohols and drug addictions, we should not only stop worrying about what everybody else is doing in their bathroom, in their bedroom, with their spouse, without their spouse, with other people. What clothes are they wearing? There's all quite fascinating things that I don't mind people being interested in. But when you're like, oh, what do you think happened with... And then you look over and you're like, man, that person should burn in hell forever. What'd they do? Theft, and they should cut their hands off. Well, how much money do they have? Like $10,000 last year. Come from a poor family. One of those, not too well-off good ones. Or whatever that means. We're late, so who cares? What? And I'm sure there is a level of that may get to, I don't know. I have no objections, but I know it's like 1%. And we got 99% underneath the 1% going, this 1% is taking all of our money. And the computers are taking over. And they're printing new money with fake money, with new money. They're all fighting each other. And they're all going to blow each other up. And what the fuck are we? Dumber than maggots? No, let's form a union. Or let's say, hey, they already got control. Or one does. Or they are like one, like Hey, 6,000 years, Asia, there, let's turn a little bit, Russia, over there, Europe. Oh, there's Africa. People, even from Africa, sometimes don't know they're from Africa and that there's countries there. Or maybe they just consider it Africa because they consider it at the beginning. They actually remember back that far that it's not so amazing to them, but still probably quite perplexing that somebody can speak one language and somebody else can speak eight. And then when they come over here, I'm thinking that, and I did think people should know English. Why? Because I was brought up thinking people should know English. Being cold white, loving to stand in the sun with clouds in my coffee, thinking the song was about some dude and chick. He's got to know it's about him. Come on. And I'm sitting there going, like 20, 30, 40, 37 years later, no, 32 years later, thinking, man, that song could actually, wait a minute, through the clouds, she could be talking to Jesus. Huh. I don't know that. Nobody's ever said that to me. Huh, I must be bad. What did I do wrong? Did I not take Sunday school? Did I ever ask that question? And I was trying to be sarcastic because I know people asked a lot of the questions I did. Come on. And people aren't like, hey, the ones that have said something have done it in an off sort of way. And the ones that haven't said something have been like, come on, man, we really don't want. And then there's the whole group going, please, please. And then there's like a whole, she just doesn't lock the doors. Like, okay, well, we could just get saws out. And I mean, we got movies like Purge and Horror Story and turn off the lights and all this stuff. And hey, wait, they're going to flick the switch and everything's going to go out everywhere. What? Well, that's sad they can't zero in on something like they actually have spycraft and, cloak devices and, come on. And if it scares you, that really stinks because, dang, now you're afraid of a one. And I mean, like on a large scale, like, dude said, love each other. How about just feed the kids? And that's just a suggestion that sounds like it would make sense for them about a millionth time. It's not, I don't see it written anywhere not to feed them. Might be okay. Since we're getting closer to whatever over occupation, population, whatever, space running out, since we're getting closer to that no matter what, let's try it. Let's try just feeding the kids. Who knows? Maybe a new space will open up. New opportunities. For those of you that are afraid that robots are going to take over your job, don't worry. Have no fear. There will be no, we can have I don't really know that. It might waste a lot of space. Robot can drive my car underground. Maybe we can beam though, because we can't use the air car that's free on electricity because oxygen and all. It's hot, it's flammable. What do we gotta do? So I can make don't say it. Not on the plane. Right now we're spinning at 1,600 miles an hour. No. Remember that Ben Stiller movie? Falker? And I knew a Faulkner. So that's like a Falker with N right in the middle. That's a Falcon-cur. A Fallen-cur. Don't want that. Or a diving car, or a door on a dough on a wall with a throw, or a throw rug from the dough. Wait a minute, his rug was stolen. They're pulling the rug out from the carpets. Man. Turpentine? Like tripping or tin, or tripping over a turpentine. Or a porcupine. Or Pikachu? Pineapple? Anyways, all cakes upside down. Unless you can prove that we're not round. And not only is it upside down from whatever the exact opposite is, but it's not just equal and opposite. It's like 400 million different degrees and angles. That's doing that inside our body anyways. I mean, you can go like literally forward and backward, up and down. Do a little experiment. You can like draw more than a circle into your hand. So that circle goes in all directions. And in other directions, and then squares. And we're talking on a rectangle with rounded edges. Lots of shapes on my face. So what are we doing? Like, no wonder people are like, what are we going to do for the next 20 years? Why, oh, apologies. Okay, cool. It can be a little faster. And trying to jump too far ahead. or speak to stop ahead, or go yodeling in the valley like Kid Rock, playing every single instrument in the valley, waiting on the shadows to the chalet of life when light shines into it because it's a shiny day and the sun happens to shine over that spot. And oh, what do you know? Or you can call somebody and say, "Hey man, where you at?" "Dude, I'm in China." "You wouldn't believe it." "Nah, man, I don't believe you. You're not real." "No, man, it's your kid, man. It's your dad. We just talked yesterday. Code 31784. Remember the time in the... Oh, yep, that's you, Dad. And it's sunny over there? Well, it appears to be dark over here. Yep, it's fact, son. For about so many billion years, this sun won't be setting. Heard there was other planets. I don't know. Gotta Pikachu this one first. Hold on, how are we gonna take care of that? You know those ones. Oh, you mean those connected by thousands of different angles? Different selective, secretive, organizational, religional, individual, illuminated, self-created, crafting, totally connecting and undisprovable, perplexingly profound, amazing, completely a miracle and graceful, and just needing a little appreciation, and really, it's almost like that little percent is going, yeah, we could use a little appreciation over here. Not me. I just appear to be the spokesperson. There's a few other ones. We could introduce them all, but I believe most of them have done a fine job introducing themselves. Plus, I don't know many languages. So a thumbs up and a, hey, we can translate these languages. The truth is, they could be translating all these different languages to different languages, and we wouldn't even know what they were saying. But then again, you don't know you're talking to me right now, because you're not. I'm talking to you. There's probably a million of you out there going, hey, blah, 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 and I don't hear you. God's taking those calls, and thank God. I think there's people that place calls. Somebody runs internet services. Geek Squad, and some of them ain't geeks. But sometimes they feel like they wish they still were. Or were, and didn't feel like they weren't. Or weren't and didn't feel like they were without being invisible, or at least not ridiculed instead of... Because you go almost one to the other. I don't really want your compliments, man. No, I didn't do nothing. See, that fucking idiot thinks he did something. No, that's what I said. I didn't do nothing. See, he's trying to make excuses. No, man, I'm telling you right now. No, that's what... See, he's saying he didn't do nothing. He's got to be guilty. Guilty of something. How's he? I thought he said he was one of those... Almost makes you go... So, for the safety of, stuff that would be really cool to just go venture out and do. Well, 1949, 50. I don't really... That was LA, or Oakland, which was cuss words. I'm confused how we ever got politically correct. Good thing I haven't made a ton of money yet, except for if I haven't, then I wrote on anybody. Anyways, why wouldn't... It seems like the best deal would be the... Yeah. Certain things that just don't make sense. Well, Chris, we're at 99% of the population. Let's do our math, Einstein. Hey, let's pull in Newton. We'll get Tesla. Man, just like 20 of them split down the middle, or they all get their own complete universe. This is theory-arise. This isn't what I'm thinking. But just pretend. Now, guys, could you work together and... Thinking that 99% probably isn't a good number for us, boss. Well, why would that be, there, Johnny? Well, most of them can't articulate, or they're pretending like they can't, and they're just kind of like fighting each other out. And then we got to hire all these secret ones, and then we got to hire all these regular ones, and then we got to use, and just watch out for each other. And then we got to trick them, and then we got to trick them, pay them. And then they're going to use the resources why we collect the money for using the resources that we print, which is more of our resources, so that they can have money to work for, spend, and give back to us, even though we print it and we don't need to spend any. We could just, hey, you guys work or don't eat. Ha! If they have it like that, I mean, that's how it would be. So why would they want to? They wouldn't. They'd drive their own cars. They'd make super freaking awesome roads, and then they'd say, we don't need any of you. So obviously somebody somewhere cares on a major. Let's see, 1% paying for 99%. What kind of investment is that? Well, it's a 1% to 99% investment with obviously a lot of. How much caretaking time would that take? A lot of nurturing. Let's just put it that way. So why? What's the question? I'm still confused. Was it awake after before? I watched the same TV. Public enemy number 1, 9/11. Bar guys. Clock on the chest instead of a chest plate or Jesus Christ. I get it when people do that. I'm like, man, you're gonna go. I don't say those things. I'm like, I talk about it, I'm like, okay, well, this was the example of Dracula. Dracula drank blood. Bat. Bat lives forever. People, let's take $20 over there. You want to have a beer, Johnny? Let's go ahead and talk about this. Okay? Now I'm not being sarcastic. You get over there and you're like, look, honey, we got a problem. Over here, we got 90% people. Most of them, a little tipsy. By the way, cheers. Johnny, what's your name? It just so happens I'm somewhere you take a shit too, John. And, you know, it's funny. I mean, I guess if you like getting shit on, or if you like being fertilized in the mental, and you can actually comprehend that and be like, man, I don't have to get all biased before I hear what's said, and then I can go ahead and overthink, underlay, carpet install, carpet lay, freaking use a triangle to make music, or a triangle to freaking draw you a piece of paper pyramid. Or you can look at it from a horizontal, getting a helicopter, what they call a chopper. But the chopper's speaking of the blades and the double choppers. So wouldn't it be chopper chipper? Or, I don't know. If it was a black hawk, it certainly wouldn't be a Tweety bird. But I'm not allergic to yellow. I love sun. Orange is good too. I can compare the colors with the fruits, with the ripeness, with the, man, she's probably not ready for that. I'll just look right to me. Hey, thanks, my heart. Or, hey, man, you know, you heard what she was saying. I mean, I know she's only whatever, but, well, which was easy to do with the sun. When you see it and you're like, wow, wow, son, I think you might be smarter than me about this or that or this. But not being afraid to say it, and then most important part about teaching, no matter what angle, is being able to accept improvement from any side, no matter how it's given. And best explained or comprehended, less wasted. Well, you see, you go over that way and you fall off the edge. Ha! Did you see that shit? He fell off the edge. Now, I've seen that with the dog, where the dog's like rolling around. Hey, man, I wonder if that doesn't compare me to a dog. I'm not scared because the dog's died. I'm not scared because the dog attacked me. I've had 2 dogs, one bite me, and it was coming back to that one. What kind of dog is that? Well, it wasn't a pit. It wasn't a shepherd. It wasn't a Doberman. It wasn't a husky. It wasn't a wolf. And I've seen some big, big wolves. Literally. But anyways, it's like Akita. Akita. That's what it is. Huh. Akita what? To that woman's, I mean, I was taken over there by dawn's piercing light when she's awesome. Her kid's awesome. The people from school was awesome. It was an all mother's night. You know, and I don't know how those women looked at me before after that. But I went to school with almost every girl there and hadn't seen them in years. Barely recognized. or recognized barely. Most of them, I mean, it's been years. And couldn't tell if I was placed in that situation or, I mean, it was pretty cool. Point is you go to somebody else's house where you're kind of uncomfortable because you were supposed to just be going to an adult thing, and then it turns out to be an all girl thing. When you know that there's people that they keep, because people don't see what other people are thinking always. So when they're reading on somebody else from all these different angles and opinions, and they're purposely putting little traps, hey, I'm a mouse. No, I'm trying to go the closest I could to what I'd said most of my life about things that I didn't understand. Not to find those things out, but to actually, hey, what if I just tried this and this and this and this, like walking around with no feet? Doesn't work. Don't. One day, maybe. Still trying to get past the wearing through my soles of my shoes. Is there a thought process for that? Rubber keeps staying, don't burn, but we're wasting electric razors? No, rays and people. And hey, did you hear about dead? So what, man? They're in heaven. No, man. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm saying, well, I mean, if there's a heaven, we're all going. Hey, man, let's get that out there and then try to be the best we can be before we get to wherever heaven is. And when I get there, if that's the case, when I get there, I'm going to be like, wow, that was a free ride, and I messed up a lot. We learned a lot. Didn't do that really stupid, though. That wouldn't make any sense. But if I was told to, hey, we're going to go to heaven and it's all free. I mean, not all free. One guy. Okay, well, we don't need sympathy or empathy, or there would be no such thing as a martyr or sacrifice or sacrificial or crucifixion, and there couldn't be any demons or any of those other things if, I mean, God didn't flee every time. Now, I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but so all the bad stuff's holding everything together, and God is on the outside. He's somewhere off in the distance. He's watching this garden. Got this king here. He's fucking crazy. He don't know how to talk to the kids. Are you serious? I mean, okay, so apparently this world has been rotating for a while, and everybody's fucking dizzy. I mean, I'm not trying to be a sarcastic person, but I mean, we got the Russians with the bear claws. They aren't hibernating. Come to find out, they're human. They have normal sleeping patterns, barring any, drug addiction or something like that. Or if they're vampires, they might sleep at night, or not in the day. Or if they're wolves, they might. What? And if they're not a wolf, they're ashamed to leave. Watch out for that. Can't be hopscotch, Dutches. What can I get for $10? Anything you want. And then we listen to these stories. Somebody jump in. Anybody. I know y'all live through it. Kind of sucks. Maybe somebody don't get it or something. But see the movies, little girls walking down the street, they're maids in this, they're that and this, they're working at the buffet in real life, and so come to find out, guys only like those Asians for what? Well, they eat cats and dogs, and they blow us up over there, or they're just what, and then they get, okay. What about all the rest? Well, let's check us out. Check us out. Okay, well, you've come to find out that it's not that way. Years go on, and then you're told, well, they look down because they're not allowed to look at you. And years go by, and you find out that they're winking. And then years go by, and you find out, holy shit. I mean, wait a minute. We can't even get to the shit yet because we haven't figured out people are holy yet. Well, some people are, but most of them are lots empty, just like space, just like air. And then there's this negative and dark energy. And then, oh, wait a minute. They're not negative or dark. Everything. So instead of spending 1,000 years on theory, can we skip over and actually learn? Certain words can have certain definitions, like theory. Hey, I have a theory. Meaning I have no clue of what we're getting ready to say. It's just a theory. Might even stumble onto a fact of that theory. Okay. Like a the with a he, o, or why. The or why? And why? Why? W in water and the hen, or the W and the win and the hen, or the W and the her and the were, or the W meaning water and her ever, like her ever what? Her ever after, like a fairy tale, or ever after with the fairy. Man, now come on, there you go with the God stuff. Well, I know it's a fairy god, and then at the same time it's a dust pulling, dirt pulling, and before you get all freaked out or act like I'm not, I mean, then God reaches his right into, I mean, talk about grip, pulls not at the heart, but just the rip, rolls the bones, gets him a chick. I know you're the first chick ever, you come from Adam, but he's gonna, well, I made you for him anyway, so he's gonna own you for a time on Mother Earth, in Mother Earth's home. Because you don't want to put a head, and that's not, but people say it all, he after death, so you put your head up, ha ha ha, it's a funny joke. Not really. Dad's a gynecologist, what do you think he likes to look at? I don't know. Might be medically trying to sew it back up. Because women have birth. You teach it like it's real and shit, like they would do on a farm, but if your kid was seeing horses and pigs and giving birth, then, hey, what's the chicken or the egg, Dad? Check this out, daughter or son. I mean, this is how her horse gives birth. Well, then we're going to stomp these. No, it doesn't hurt a bit. How do we know? Because we're horses, of course. We're going to put this bit in the mouth. It won't mind a bit because it talks, of course. Tells us. And then we're going to ride them, to the feet. Dominated riches, I kind of get, until we can actually spend like a couple hours contemplating it, talk to people all over the world, and contemplate things that we're doing, like talking all over the world, flying around in space. Even if it was just up in the atmosphere, that's all we could figure out. It'd be a lot of space. I'm already thrilled. I'm gonna go put my quarter in. Oh wow! Oh, you gotta work forever, and then you gotta give an arm, and oh, what? You gotta choose between three, and then huh? And then what happens when you die? You don't take none of it. And then what's God tell you? Good job. Well, cool. I'm not saying don't work. I'm trying to. I was told when I was a little kid, they had to be forced to have money so they could invent stuff. Are you serious? So, all the time. All right, I'm pretty sure that the math doesn't work out there once you get to a certain point. I'm saying just give up on learning. I just don't want to think anymore. I wouldn't like to run. I'd like to have time to run. A couple hours a day, maybe. Not really run. Man, it's not just that people starve or something, man. I mean, at a certain point, come on. I'm almost to the point of saying, like, we're told that, or worse, about the people that, well, it just makes sense. Let's see how we get on this. Oh, we didn't have answers to any questions. There's that cartoon, Pinky and the Brain. We'll just say that our two hands match and we think with our minds. Skip right over the heart. Don't worry, they don't want you to be in vain anyway. Well, how do the fingers work? Blood. Don't want to be in vain. No, don't be so loyal to, hey, so did you hear? So-and-so, yeah, isn't that your brother? Yeah. But, dude, you could get, hey, just go back to Moses. What did Moses do? Moses and the Pharaoh? Even after all of those to get Moses in, and then just to get, and what was Moses sad about? Well, it wasn't him, was it? Slaves didn't want to follow him, and Pharaoh didn't want to let him go. So apparently he was working on his own, except for what he knew from God. Now, I'm not being sarcastic. And a Pharaoh prophecy. But what's not in there is him and Moses, Pharaoh just kicking it out. Obviously, he's real, which that's why they talk about kamikaze so much. Because when was the last time you heard of somebody doing kamikaze? Sometime in World War II before I lived. And before that was take the sword and knife your whole intestines and let them go. No, man, I'm sorry. I didn't clean the bathroom floor right. I was trying to be like cynical. That's like the way it was taught. Now, I'm sure not to everybody. And, some people have somebody. No, that's just not that and that, and that's cool. I love that. But sitting there going, intestines, sword, and these dudes are ninjas. I don't know. Ninja stuff looks cool, Chinese stars and stuff. But man, that cutting your own guts out. Then you come over here and you're like contemplating serious shit. Half empty, half full. Bead of water. Boom, boom, boom. Fake bullets, real bullets. Secret ninja mafia. Well, then we're screwed. Because, if they killed Bruce Lee, are you kidding me? And I got computers? Man, them girls, they was probably doing freaking Olympic jumping dives while they were twerking the freaking cell phones closed, while they were freaking clapping the door with a lock and a clamp. What? And why not? It's on your chest plate, right? So they got it master bolted. Don't let them get your brain. NASA, satellite, all that. Infrared. Somehow they gave Rihanna green eyes, and we were meant to believe it was the Germans? We got stomped again? Where do you think Tesla came from? Tried to ride the lightning, but apparently it doesn't strike the same place twice. Apparently nothing's in the same place twice ever. Except for something controls it all. How do you want to take that over, Bob? Please? And then we'll come back to when we're going to take over. Shoot, how many people? I don't know what's going on. Did you see that skit? Man, did you see? I hate to say it, but Carrie Underwood was awful pretty tonight. Got purple makeup. What'd you think? I don't know. I was watching another show with Katy Perry. Apparently she rise. Michael Jackson's still on that Thriller stuff, though. Must have come from the underground, but it's too bad somebody apparently thinks that he might have been set up. Somebody might think if somebody didn't know for a fact, 100% sure, that maybe 8 billion people should not contemplate it. The ones that do should go, well, somebody's got the facts. If we're not allowed to give them, we'll just not implicate somebody that's dead anymore. And if somebody happens to come along and say the truth, we'll just go ahead and jump right on that and say, fact. Apparently, got that Jade guy, though. He apparently, and somehow he got it. Might have been a color blue, white, and rainbow at the end of a strum of a guitar. Who knows? And I'm really not trying to be cynical. I'm trying to be like, well, intellectual. Apparently I owe. How can I not owe child support? If I'd have to be told exactly. And I have to be able to contemplate it. I have any kind of way to figure in statistical means, intellectual rights, property rights, possession rights, and would have to pretty much guarantee that there's one infinite force, responsibility, and opportunity to make life. I can't debate what seems to be obvious issues to other people, because we'd have to have a whole group of people that said, well, before we debate those issues, we have to give it an environment that we can guarantee is completely safe for any baby. For two people that want to do it. There's all kinds of issues back and forth. There's not really. There's the one issue of, okay, so two people can create life. might be a limited amount of space. Might want to teach people, just in case in a trillion years we get to that position where any kind of work could happen, especially right now. That way, people that want to have babies, and people who don't want to don't have them. Makes sense. I'll go over like food rationing and stuff, or basic rules for survival, or basic rules of not misleading or misguiding for only intention of just so I'm asking for a lot, man. It's not rocket science. And could I afford a little time with my family? That'd be awesome. Have other people made harder choices? Sure. But has anybody else that I know of, or that you know of, actually figured out stuff to where it could actually make a real difference? Or been shown enough stuff, given the chance to see enough stuff? Completely opposite of anything reasonable on any level, except for what was in a very short time laid out in a very amazing, numerous amount of ways, because of a bunch of amazing people who obviously want the truth to come out so that we can live, to me, more comfortably. So everybody going, hey, I think they got a cure for this, and a cure for that, and a cure for this, and a cure for that, and a cure for that. And man's created it all, and there's one thing. The same force that we're either enchained to until God comes back, or voting for and then saying, come on, you gotta stop somewhere at a high level and stop judging God for leaving us with an all-powerful Satan that we need to call out, that we need to go ahead and get God again for. That's the whole point. Good chances a lot of people won't ever know, because why would they know if they don't care or want to care or want to know? While other people are going over, hey man, we'd like to eat. Well, we don't mind. We don't even want to live forever. Okay, well then, if you're saying that, could we get some of these people here to want to eat? And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just trying to say, like, geez, if there's little kids we can see in pictures and they're real, they want to live. There's people over here that I'm not so sure. Maybe a couple more years. Stick it. You got this other group that's like nuts. They want to live forever. It seems reasonable to me as an intellect that has any intelligence of any kind. I mean, heaven's supposed to be forever. This is limited time, but some people are going for maybe forever's real. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Anybody figured it out yet? Well, I don't know. What year are you in? Oh, well, I heard we start over, dude. It's over and over and over again. Get to about 2,000. Go ahead and restart it again. Just what any rational person would do, right? I don't know. Thousands of years? Millions? Talking about infinity? But talking about things and then saying, hey man, we could be 20 years away from running out of this or this or this, and people are talking about nuking each other. Hey, is there kids on the planet? We should take them to another planet where we can just... No. Convince people not to blow each other up. And it'd be totally, like, what I'm saying would be totally ridiculous. But I don't mind people hunting deer. I think nobody does. Or carrying a firearm, or target practicing, or... Shit, there's rocks on the street. People don't pick them up and throw them at each other most of the time. But the weird thing is, there's so many people that are, we gotta have these guns. Why do we gotta have these guns? Well, you see, there's all these other countries where all these other people are from. They're all here. Apparently, their infrastructure is better where they come from, and, but we got a better army that somebody else controls with our computers that we sell them after they buy from us that we sell to them. So they really bought it from us, but oh, come on, man. And that'd be okay. Just like I said, it'd be okay. Because it's like that on every... checkpoints that I don't see. It's not like a, hey, what is, check in, check out. Okay, thank you, pass that. That's my save point. Don't worry, man, if I die again, I go right back there. What? Surely. If you're of a special group, please get with your group. Abilities that, okay. Connections. And the fact that confirmation from the sources that are telling you they're not going to give you. And then a complete other side. Well, we can't really see that. What? Don't feed any false information, no matter what you're told to do. And if you don't know something, admit it. I wouldn't sit there and look at the one person and go, man, let's blame him. Let's blame him. Let's change stuff. Let's blame him. Or you don't hear anything anyways, and come on. What you want to do? You've heard about nuclear bombs. You've heard about anthrax. You've heard about aliens, asteroids, all kinds of stuff. Get ready for this one. He wants to feed the kids. What are we going to do? I don't know. It's going to be a baby Hey, if we could limit it, it would be too much like China then. Plus, we're overpopulating. And did you hear about them queers? They have babies all the time. What is going on? But we can watch. Okay, so at what point does it stop being completely backwards, upside down? Anything's okay, but nothing's all right. Nothing's acceptable, but you go to hell for everything. And hey, could you leave some money here for the people who print the money, who want the money, who got the money? Or just like the money? What? They'd want smarter money, wouldn't they? Come on. I don't know. Maybe I wanted something with Keanu and Bill and Ted in the phone booth, and they changed characters mighty fast there when we got into Point Break. Might have been a time flux. Hey, may have been from losing his wife. For real. May have went from a kid to a man, or somebody young in love to, hey man, I figure out something. I've known people like that before in my life. Doesn't always go perfect for everybody. But maybe it does. Thank you for all those that understand the human language and words like alien or an alien able or table, stable, stud, steed, stampede, and all those words that completely connect. But you're not just cattle. Well, yeah, go at the crossroads. Go at crossroads. Go to that cross roads. Where do they all lead? I don't know. I thought we were starting in Africa. Went south to go north to the promised land, and then. Oh, okay. Well, obviously, a lot of that's backwards. A lot of it's upside down. You can't breathe, and you're staying in the Nile. So there's actually oxygen there. It's not just oxygen moist. How far is the closest tree? I don't know, but it takes a long time to hear it. We're still trying to hear these seeds that are going to crack the sand. Anybody seen a 7? Trying to figure out these man-made wonders. Cool. When you get done with that, can you... Just because one of them can create a wonder or contemplate it? just when I was in grade school and in middle school, heart transplants were impossible. Light speed was inconceivable. And body parts that would hook to your arm, 2080, maybe. And now we're there. Cool. But why? It's like the comprehensive is like, whoa, slow down. Captain Hook went to Captain Have a Hand. Watch out. That hand might think. Don't let it know what the right one's doing. It might know it's not a middle finger. What? 10. 2 in the middle. 2 thumbs. And they're supposed to be opposing. It's supposed to be what makes us like one of the tool-making intellectual giants we are. Because the wolf would just jump right ahead of us. It might. If it actually had thumbs. I don't know. Don't give it thumbs, please. Might start counting. Shit. Maybe that yellow wolf is of that flick a bit color. He might be a BIC. See? 2 before I see. See? A couple of other elements there, like or something. Just wear something around your neck and it's cool. Every Christmas for his birth, you have skits about him hanging. And to me, it ain't like the story is awesome. The fact that lots of other people did it, and if he did it for anybody, even one other person, he would want that other person respected if they were hung on a cross, had their head cut off, was burned alive, or anything. We should want them respected. We sure as hell wouldn't want them lied about. So it's not like, oh, well, you're cursed because you lied. No, it's like, okay, well, the truth's out. And there's reason for certain people to wear certain things or do certain things. There's
What's
not.
The worst part about being
There's not reason for certain people to do
What's the
it.
best part about getting things you do?
There's a difference in doing something because you don't know any better, somebody hasn't told you, or it's because it's your tradition, and you're right, and then just flat out ignoring something and making shitty jokes about breadwinners.
I'm getting faded in an undisclosed location. This ain't just a couple screws, loose, straight, jack, crazy.